Bonsoir, 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 bienvenue dans ce second épisode de The Outer World. Donc on était arrivé à Edgewater et là on avait déjà trouvé notre premier compagnon et notre première notre première quête. C'est mieux peut-être. Ok, donc ça c'est notre nouvel compagnon. Je me souviens. Ok. Ouais, on devait les trouver déjà. Quête principale, ouais. L'administrateur d'Edgewater veut les obliger à revenir dans le courant électrique. Ouais, c'est vrai. C'est un message. Ultimement l'ordre de revenir, ouais, sous peine de voir couper l'électricité. Les compagnons occupent le laboratoire botanique au nord d'Edgewater. Et on avait aussi... Ça c'est notre quête, ouais, la quête principale d'origine. Vous avez appris qu'il y a un territoire dans le conservé. Des villes qui les alimentent, rejoignent la centrale. Éveiller le courant de l'un de ces régulateurs. Ok. Il y avait une autre... J'avais une autre quête, non? Ah oui, celle-là, d'accord. Quête principale, quête secondaire. Ok. Quelque chose à dire? Ok, c'est toujours en anglais. Attends, j'ai toujours peur de... Attends, j'ai pas quelque chose. Ok. On dirait un robot là. Faut que je me remette dans le jeu là. Là. Ah oui, WXC c'est le... Faut donner des ordres aux compagnons. Parce que vous avez une école de pensée au-dessus de leur tête, essayez de leur parler. Ils ont... Ok. T'as quelque chose à me dire toi? Non. Allô? Par contre, le fait qu'il reste de dos comme ça... Je sais même pas ce que c'est ça. On va appeler l'ascenseur. L'esprit, c'est quand même malade. Est-ce que l'esprit... C'est que l'esprit et le caractère sont malades. Si vous sentez que vous allez être malade, il peut être d'aller discuter avec notre vicaire. Okay. Ah mince. Oups. Trop tard. Alors attends. Elle va me suivre. Est-ce que je pourrais pas faire la petite quête à la rigueur? Elle là. Attends, 5, 3, 1, 2. Le petit rond, c'est le compagnon. Ah non, attends. Laboratoire botanique, c'est pas ça que On va choisir le petit... Oh, la quête, on peut pas la choisir là. Attends. J'ai fait comme actif 2 fois. Ah bah voilà. On va faire. Voilà. Par contre les carrés, ça, les ronds, c'est les personnes là. Parce que le caron, ça serait la même chose en fait.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
I know how you feel.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never... Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you?
Qui t'envoie?
Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Alors, attends. C'est sûr que j'ai pas la peste en pleine forme. On se calme, c'est pas Monsieur Thompson qui m'envoie. J'ai entendu marmonner dans ta barbe. Perspicacité. Si tu me racontais ce qui te rend si nerveux.
You some sort of wandering alienist?
Espèce de psychiatre itinérant.
Pestering him about his mental state?
Alors, c'est toi, Martin Abernathy. Tu es là, au tard devant cette concession funéraire, je t'ai entendu dire que tu avais la peste. Aucun doute.
What? No. I mean, I might be.
Peut-être ça dépend qui le demande. Je ne cherche pas d'ennui, je suis là pour ta redevance de concession funéraire, c'est tout.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
On songe à tout raconter. Combien de temps tu pensais encore pouvoir raconter ton petit secret?
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered
La grande conserverie.
cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
Ça m'attriste pour toi, c'est de la paranoïa, une tragédie à faire pleurer dans les chaumières.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour toi? Pourquoi je suis mercenaire? Pourquoi je suis mercenaire selon toi? Tout de pourquoi les questions?
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can.
Des médicaments, j'imagine qu'il y a des gardes.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
Dis-moi en plus, maraudeur.
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly. So you'll do it then?
Je vais y réfléchir. Merde.
What do you think you're doing?
Oups.
Carry on.
Je me suis trompé de touche. Là. Ouais, donc là c'est bon.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Quoi?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
Mais il a pourtant de vrais symptômes, vous dites donc c'est un psychosomatique.
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
La plumière à tous les étages.
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Laissez-moi décider, ça.
All right, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Est-ce que vous pouvez faire... J'ai compris, vous avez besoin de quelqu'un pour vous fournir discrètement en médicaments.
That's all I can ask of you.
Je vais y réfléchir.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Détendez-vous, je suis parfaitement propre. Je ferai toujours des leçons de morale avec vos cheveux. Je vais vous montrer les mains.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Si laisse-moi récolter mon pour préparer pour mon quoi?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
En parlant d'intervention à ce moment-là.
Go ahead.
Je crée mon tenir à cet endroit, que c'est où cette peste?
Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
Quels sont ces temps?
Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Étrangement une grippe.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative.
Canidé bouilli, des gouttes de d'éthanol.
Of ethanol. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
C'est monstrueux,
Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Faites une reconnaissance de dette à Silas.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
Je vous dirai si j'ai des idées qui me viennent.
Much obliged.
You got a minute?
Ok. Le 2. Ah, chaque fois je me trompe. Le 3e. Non, c'est pour sortir ça. Avec Silas. Tout à l'heure. Attends, c'est là. Cher. Non, c'est Silas.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Je suppose que vous êtes le chef d'équipe, je prie.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time
Proche de
of
son
death.
corps.
I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Tout est inactif, quoi. L'aurait récupéré si ce n'est pas arrivé.
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
D'accord. J'ai plus qu'à aller retourner voir l'autre. De 1, ouais. Puis piratage, mot de passe pied tendre. Quand la vie pique comme un citron, dites-vous que ce sont vos amis de Space Choice qui vous offrent un essai gratuit. D'accord. Putain, mais j'ai pas volé. Ça s'ouvre. Rien à prendre dans le coin. On prend, ça va peut-être servir à un moment ou à un autre. Où j'ai trouvé le rapport. Il n'y a rien qui traîne. Les chiottes. On peut fouiller comme on veut ici. Tant que personne ne me voit. Oula. Là, je pourrais piquer le machin en fait. Bon, on dit qu'il n'y a rien de spécial. Ça, on a visité. Barricadé. Il y a une porte de l'autre côté.
Just gotta keep our heads up.
On va serrer les dents, d'accord. Ouais, j'ai vu une... Ah merde. Sauter. Ah, chier. Est-ce qu'il y avait quelque chose là? Oh merde. Ah, et puis merde. Pas grave.
Carry on.
C'était pas là, ok.
What do you think you're doing? Just don't make more paperwork. Be all right?
Oups. Heureusement que j'ai des trucs de persuasion. Et pas vu qu'il y avait un soldat. Notation réduite, ouais. Peut-être arrêter les conneries. Il y a un voleur. Il n'est pas marqué. Donc on peut prendre. Cinq. 3, 4, 9. Là, je suis déjà venu. Va peut-être servir plus tard les pots.
Don't have time for this.
D'accord, tu veux pas parler. Ok. Bon. Bah, allons voir l'autre. Dommage qu'on voit pas la troisième personne en fait. Ah oui. Ah d'accord, t'as mission, 4 secondaires, 4 principales, d'accord. Ok. Marteau à percussion. Sept, d'accord. non, j'ai pas de point pour eux. Distance standard. Toi, c'est pas une de loin, je pense pas. Ton crochetage. Ingénierie. Quand on renverse la cible, lui fait connaissance pendant quelques secondes. Son marteau crée une onde de choc qui électrocute les ennemis. C'est mécanique. Donc ce serait plutôt un genre de tank. Arme mixte, plutôt agressif. Entre en combat, d'accord. Entre corps à distance en fonction de l'ennemi. Ouais. Distance standard. Proche. Donc allons voir Silas.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit? Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. Is there a reason you asking?
Je ne peux pas vous attendre. Dire que tout le monde vous a oublié. Ce que je dis, je lui parle de ça. Il y a une rumeur, il est bien réel, je suis là près de vente.
Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I. Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. Well, that's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Et les autres? Tu parles que de celui-là qui a pas fait?
What can I do for you?
Si vous avez utilisé un domaine, on dirait que quelqu'un connaît.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Quand on est c'est bien spécifique, j'imagine qu'on peut dire.
You may think that, but the tidiness of my fellow worker is my responsibility, alive or otherwise. Whether you're showing up to work or going to that great cannery in the sky, it's my job to make you look like a million bits. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
J'ai compris. Ses dents. Félicité. Trop cher des femmes. Tiens, on va te croire de payer, ouais, peut-être, tiens. Rien d'autre? Non, t'as pas de machin pour.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Si tu veux pas qu'il te. Hein?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
Vous êtes sûr que ce que vous faites?
I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Collecteur d'avance de concession de. Ah, attends, je crois que j'avais fini.
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes.
C'est pas suicide, mais c'est qu'un détail. Ben non. C'est sûr qu'il tire une balle à la tête, c'est pas suicide.
Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse. And I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
Voilà.
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Can we talk?
Ok. Miller. $140. Votre pelle. Ah non, c'est voler. Pourquoi je dis plus votre? Faut pique, hein, tant pis. On a besoin de loot. Est-ce que dans mon inventaire ça apparaît volé ou... Voilà, pour l'instant ça apparaît pas volé. Non, on peut pas... Non, on peut pas ramasser ça. Attends, est-ce que... Spécial, non? Ah ben,
When I was little, we get
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
qu'est-ce que vous racontez? Ça va? Ça va? Tu l'as l'air perdu?
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Qui m'envoie si votre résistance a besoin d'un autre combattant, je...
Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Un seul soldat, d'accord.
Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars. Pray to the law that you never do. A mechanical never forgets the face of its enemy. First they will rob us of our jobs, and once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives. I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's chaw, a few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Ah, on se met peut-être dans ces petits papiers.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
60.
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Si je vais aller traquer un éclair authentique, je vais que conseil.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Niveau 3. C'est quoi ça? Ah, une établie. Est-ce que je peux augmenter mon... 120 taux. Ah oui, c'est le matos au compagnon, ça. Lance-grenade. Ah bah non. Hop, je peux rien installer, j'ai rien. Inspecter. Pas le moment. Je sais que je pouvais améliorer, mais finalement... Bon, ça va. Neuf. D'accord. Ah merci. C'est qu'un crochet médiatique. Vous voyez. Chance. Là, je vais monter 20. Terrifié et s'enfuit pendant 10 secondes lorsque vous en tuez une. Je suis pas à 20. Laquelle là? Ici. Ok. Silence.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
300, 450. Ok, ça c'est fait. Maintenant. Attends, la carte. Site d'atterrissage. Ça. Ah oui, c'est carrément à l'autre bout. D'accord. Ça se rapproche. Ça c'est quand même plus près. Je sais pas s'il y a un mot de toi. Voilà. Z. Ok, parce que sur Z, c'est peut-être plus W. X, CV. Ça, X, les touches du bas du clavier. Ok. Ah non, c'est à l'extérieur de la ville. Ah, une sortie par là de la ville.
Another day at the cannery.
Wonder if the plagues are living.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Non, il n'y a rien qui traîne. Bon, apparemment, ça va peut-être servir. Collier, je sais pas où il est. Aïe, c'est pas marqué voler, hein. On comprend, ça peut servir. Voilà. Donc, le tout. Pas d'autre caisse ici. Pas d'autre caisse. Par là. Rue de Témarre. Oula. Elle a besoin de se soigner, elle. Elle est où? Elle est là.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Si je voulais faire un...
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It just... It don't seem right to me, ma'am. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Okay.
Where are we headed? That's on account account of how I never met her. It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Est-ce que je peux lui parler sans l'attaquer?
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted to. Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the way.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Et là, tu peux me donner un petit coup de quelque chose pour les réparations?
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard. Hebs to Shirley. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Attends.
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do
Ah,
not disturb.
d'accord, je peux plus lui parler, super. Ludwig. Drone de combat. On va la réparer. Des récompenses. Donc là c'est fermé. Du coup, il va falloir aller là-bas. Je fais bouffe. Je sais pas trop. Avant. Combien j'ai moi? Je sais même pas combien j'ai. Ah, j'ai 975. J'ai 550. Trailleuse. 120. Non. 120 dégâts de mitrailleuse légère. « 260.
That's the last of them.
Mitrailleuse légère. Ça, c'est léger. Sac à dos. C'est 1 kilo. On peut pas le... Comment on le valide ça, je sais pas. Attends, est-ce que je peux pas me TP directement? Cimetière. Ça, je fais une petite pause.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
C'est clair.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Ok. Parce que, attends. Je peux me taper là. Oh, attends. Mon vaisseau va à l'établir, on peut faire quelque chose. Et sur ce, je vous dis à tout de suite après une petite pause. Bien sûr. Là. Alors, on était le monde là. Est-ce que Ada a quelque chose à dire?
What can I do for you, Captain?
J'ai rien
Goodbye.
à dire.
Yeah, huh?
Pas non plus.
I've been able to
Alors,
get
attends.
back here. I so would have stripped this for parts.
Pour installer le modif, sélectionnez d'abord l'objet que vous souhaitez. Le type de modif. Ah, de toute façon, j'en ai pas. Là, c'est réglé. Ah, ça par contre. C'est sur le marteau de mon compagnon. Donc comme ça c'est fait. Je crois que le personnage allait parler de des trucs qui se à l'intérieur. C'est vrai que ça, le jeu tire quand même. C'est vrai que tire l'univers sur l'univers de Fallout. Hein. Ça c'est des gros clins d'œil. Hein. Attends. Ah bah les robots. Ah oui, c'est vrai.
Only the part that said we ain't making her.
I don't know you.
Ah, mais les choses,
Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
Donc j'ai pas de problème parce qu'il est passé quelque chose ici.
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters. Coming right up.
Compétences de commerce. Je peux les vendre, tiens. Ok. Non. Parce que...
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again? Edgewater, jewel of the Vale. May the law bless our beloved cannery with 100 years of, what's it called? Productivity. That's the one. Yep, that's us. Productive. Oh, it's fine. I'm only on
Je suis
my third
83e
bottle.
bouteille.
I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
Vous étiez blessé?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain.
On n'a pas trouvé des mains coupées. Je sais plus où là.
Discount on zero-G brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for
C'est que coiffeur, c'est la chirurgie pour cheveux. Voilà, franchement. Voilà. Rien d'autre? Alors, allez, ferme-moi ça. Tant pis, on prend. Alors attends. C'est où ok, son truc. Que ce soit là. Ouf, d'accord. Trouver l'arme secrète. Retenez-moi Ludwig. Ah ben je peux me TP. Oh, on va se TP, on ira plus vite. Est-ce qu'on peut... Ah. On peut se TP à partir de là.
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine
Blessure de
choice
sein.
injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the hand of the law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction.
Où ça, je
You'll
l'ai.
get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer. Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits. Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. Didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Ok, alors. On va aller voir le vicaire avant d'aller là-bas. Donc ça c'est terminé, enlève. D'abord il faut aller parler au vicaire. Ça va nous faciliter. Après, oh, machin géothermique. Voilà. Voilà. Déjà à l'entrée.
Where are we headed? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. It just comes off cold to me, is all. Sorry. I know, it's none of my business. It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking. There's been scary nights, but Constable Reyes is right up the road. She keeps an orderly town.
Faut un peu les jetons. Alors attends. Alors je peux allumer.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of
Allez,
deserting, are you?
What? No.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb?
Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Ah, par contre, il dit pas pourquoi c'est bloqué, intelligent.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Ok. Super.
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
Ça, c'est toi qui le dis.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Ok. D'accord. Pas besoin de venir ici pour savoir ce qu'il allait faire. Hein. Essayer de les réconcilier, c'est sûr.
Work fortifies the spirit.
D'accord. Ok. Magasin général, cantine.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Voilà.
Don't worry.
Been eating nothing but salt food.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens. Hey, that's... I mean, something you need?
J'étais déjà venu ici, non? ça. Ah oui, c'est carrément à l'autre bout. Ah oui, si, là-dessus. En fait, ça serait bien de faire ça, ça, et là-haut. Essayer d'optimiser la chose. Je l'ai tué pour passer devant son clochette. Le chien qui est là. Fusil à plasma. Ah oui, 71 fusil à plasma. Fusil d'assaut. Bon, côté discrétion, on repassera. Petit sommeil. l'instant, je peux pas. Qu'est-ce que... Voilà, bravo. Bravo. Trompé de bouton. Il est caché dans une grotte près de la rivière. Bon, allez, on va aller récupérer ce bouquin. Finir ce live. Ce petit live de 2 heures. Et toi, tu devais pas attaquer. J'ai trop important. Ok. Alors, attends. 115. 115, 215. 53. Je peux pas transférer. Équiper, ajouter rebut, abandonner tour. Cent 120. 73, 60. Voilà, on est où? Ah, attends. Ah, encore des points de compétence. Ouais, j'ai un point. Et elle, hein? Ok, ça c'est fait. Est-ce qu'on peut sortir par là? Et où? Ah bah, il n'y a rien à récupérer dessus. Je sais pas comment elle se soigne. Allez, on va aller rendre cette quête, ton journal. Que, hein, sans ses oies, il pourrait pas comprendre.
Had your rations yet?
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law.
Il a dit French.
Is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and
Il a dit French. French et français, c'est pas polonais.
While fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Ici peut rendre votre vie.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention grown-ups on the phone.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a toss-ball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Eh ben, vicaire.
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field. Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here.
Pourquoi pas?
Satisfied? It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think? Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave.
Ouais, bah, d'accord. Les meilleurs équipements au petit camp. On va lui gagner un niveau, il peut obtenir un nouveau avantage. D'accord. C'est elle, tâche. De santé, bagarreur. Oui, pour les dissuader de l'attaquer. manque de compétences. Ok, encore les compétences. Les roses. Capacité spéciale sur les milieux ciblés. Ouais. Ah oui. Ah oui, ouf. Ah oui, c'est carrément une armure. Sif. Sur ce, on aura fait quelques quêtes. Trouver un autre compagnon. En fait, on a fini 2 quêtes en fait. Entamer plusieurs. Ça, qui peut stocker. On n'a toujours pas la quête principale. Mais sur ce, sauvegarder la partie là. Et je vais remercier les personnes qui sont passées en direct ou en replay. Et on se donne rendez-vous demain matin pour normalement pour du Destiny 2 et demain soir pour la suite de Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Merci à tous et je vous dis à bientôt.